And welcome back, Rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and it is international test season, at least for the women's rugby here in the United States. And this is a preview of the USA women's taking on Japan's women's rugby team at Wallace Annenberg Stadium in beautiful Los Angeles, California, also home to RFCLA. That will take place Saturday, April 26th, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can watch that absolutely free on RugbyPassTv. Go a little bit into preview of this match. This is the first international test match of the year for the USA women's team in preparation for not only the Pacific 4 tournament that USA will be commencing in the following week afterwards as they kick off their match against Canada May 2nd in Kansas City, which I heard that is close to being a sellout game, which is phenomenal for the USA women's here in the United States. And then that, of course, is in preparation overall for the Women's Rugby World Cup that will take place in August. In August in England later on this year. So all these matches coming up, very, very important for the USA women's in preparation for that very important Rugby World Cup. So let's talk about this matchup. This will be the very first time that the Japanese women's team will be playing in the United States. The last time that these two teams faced off against each other was actually last year in August. They played 2 games in Japan. USA won one of them and then drew on the second one. Head coach for the USA team, Sione Fukufuka, put up the roster, and it is a great one. I'm going to put it up here. So what's really impressive of this roster is 17 out of the 23 names are WER players. So again, just like with Major League Rugby, WER, the point of that is to develop USA women's talent here in the United States in preparation to become USA Eagles players. And a couple of the players that are making their debut is because of how impressive they've been looking in WER. And of course, in some of the invitational events that the USA Eagles organization put on to have these high performance identification camps to identify possible women's players. But being pretty good in WER doesn't hurt either. And again, if you look at that list, there is a who's who of WER players who have already been impressive that will be on this team. We'll go over the list, starting without, of course, no introduction needed for this first player, Hope Rogers. She is going to suit up for her 51st cap, tying the record with Jamie Burke, who also had 51 caps. If Hope Rogers gets to play one more, she will be the most capped USA women's player in USA Rugby history. She, of course, plays for the Exeter Chiefs. The hooker position, Catherine Treader, Bay Area breaker, 25 caps. On the other side of the props, Kea May Sagapolu, who is actually playing for the ACT Brumbies, which is a Australian team, 14 caps. Your flankers, Hale Tofu for the Denver Onyx, 22 caps. Erica Jarrell for the Sale Sharks, which is a British club, 13 caps. Your flankers, Talia Brody for the Denver Onyx with 10 caps. The very experienced captain, Kate Zachary, returns. Ealing Trailfinders, also a European club with 40 caps. Your number 8, Rachel Johnson, who has been really great for the Denver Onyx as vice captain, 32 caps. Your scrum half, Olivia Ortiz, also with the Sale Sharks with 21 caps. Mackenzie Hawkins, also for the Denver Onyx. By the way, there are a lot of Denver Onyx names on this list. Vice captain with 20 caps. And before mentioned, Erica Koulibaly, who's been phenomenal in WER. She's going to make her debut at the winger position, also a Denver Onyx. Your centers, Eliv Kelter, very talented Bay Area breaker, 26 caps. Emily Henrik from the Boston Banshees, 20 caps. Cheta Embe, former USA Sevens player, now making the 15s play. Boston, 12 caps, and below Matayatoga from the Bay Area Breakers, 21 caps. Your reserves, number 16, Pace Sasopoulos from the Boston Banshees, 13 caps. Maya Learn from the Denver Onyx, 15 caps. Charlie Jacoby, one of my favorite players. She is a unit. Spends her times with the Queensland Reds, which is a Australian group, and the Exeter Chiefs, which is the European team, 32 caps. Rachel Ericke, Denver Onyx, along with Kapoina Bailey, who is making her debut possibly if she gets onto the pitch as a reserve. Rachel Eric has 18 caps. Cass Bargel from the Boston Banshees with 4 caps. Kristen Bitters, Denver Onyx with 3 caps. And then the very experienced Tess Fury from the New York Exiles, 31 caps. So that is the squad. I'm not going to really preview the Japan team just because even though I love Japan, my family's from there, I'm not very familiar with the Japan women's team. I'm more familiar with the Japan men's team, which they will be playing here in the United States against the USA men's team in preparation for our Rugby World Cup in 2024. No, 2027. There you go. But we'll talk about that when we preview that game. But that is the USA women's squad. And again, if you are in the LA area, it is part of a doubleheader with RFCLA taking on San Diego for the very prestigious Cali Cup. That kicks off at 3 o'clock. This game will be 5:30 at Wallace Annenberg Stadium. If you buy a ticket, tickets are going on sale now, and they are almost sold out. We had to put in extra bleachers to accommodate more seating. Those tickets are going fast, so buy one ticket. You can get both games for a phenomenal price. It starts at 3 is the first game for RCLA and San Diego for the Cali Cup. 5:30 is the USA Women's and Japan's team match. You'll be done by 7. It is a great way to spend a great amount of time to watch rugby, but still have the rest of the evening to do whatever it is that you want to do here in LA. So a great opportunity. Only downside is it might be a little bit rainy, so I'd highly recommend bringing out hoodies, maybe a poncho. Make sure you dress up pretty warm, but man, it is going to be an exciting day and evening of rugby. Again, this match is going to be preparation for the USA women's team as they prepare for the Pacific 4 competition, like I mentioned before, kicking off the following week in Kansas City. And then, of course, the USA Rugby World Cup in England in August. So all these games, very, very important for the USA women's to just make sure they get their team ready in preparation. Again, I don't know too much about the Japan women's team, but the USA women's team looking pretty good. I feel the USA women's team will win this game, but it should be a pretty fun game. So, again, support USA Eagles, support the team. You can watch it free on RugbyPassTv or buy a ticket. Get the doubleheader. Come on down to LA, and I'll be there for the RFCLA San Diego game. Won't be working the USA game, but I'll definitely be in the fans stand to watch it. If you're in the area, come say hi. I'd love to meet you. As always, thank you very much for checking out my videos, and I'll see you on the pitch.